Well, you saw it here on Fox. Yesterday, Kevin McCarthy fell short a third time in his bid for House Speaker as 20 Republicans voted for somebody else.
Our next guest served as Speaker of the House and says the Republicans are blocking McCarthy and are sabotaging everything that was promised to the voters.
Fox News contributor and author of Defeating Big Government Socialism, Newt Gingrich, joins us now. Good morning to you, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
We're doing well. I know that this didn't happen to you when you became Speaker of the House. It's been 100 years since we've gone even to multiple ballots. I heard you last night talking about why some of these holdouts are not voting for McCarthy. Can you explain that to the folks at home? Is it, you called it blackmail. Some of them want special things, but why so many? Why 20?
Well, I think they believe they can. Remember, they're not really blackmailing McCarthy. They're blackmailing the conference. On the votes yesterday, they were losing 202 to 20. And in a healthy, free society, you'd figure a 202 to 20 vote tells you something. But this 20's gotten together and decided that they can not only blackmail the Republican conference, in effect, they're blackmailing the American people. Remember, we didn't get the vote yesterday to repeal the 87,000 IRS agents.
Right.
We didn't get the announcement by McCarthy that there would be hearings on the border, so Democrats would be forced to go and look at the disaster. We did not get the kind of steps forward in organizing the China Select Committee to look at what the Chinese are doing. So just remember, these blackmailers aren't just blackmailing the Republican Party, they're blackmailing the whole country. And their game, I don't know what their end game is. I don't know why they think that 20 people can dictate to 202. It's a real problem.
You know, Newt was with us on Monday, and you very accurately forecast it was going to be Kevin or chaos, and it absolutely was. But these 20 people now, you know, they don't understand it can't be personal. It's all business. But to them, they just hate the guy's guts.
Look, it's the equivalent of a temper tantrum. They lost. When they had a candidate in the Republican conference, he got 15% of the vote. Kevin got 85%. If you look at who donated and who campaigned and who helped, Kevin did more than all 20 of them combined to create the majority. So they've got a leader who helped win seats in 2020 when the rest of the party was going down. He helped win seats in 2022. He's crisscrossed the country in 49 states in the last cycle. He's raised hundreds of millions of dollars. In fact, if you look at how much he helped raise for some of these blackmailers, it's embarrassing.
The blackmailers.
You have people there who got millions of dollars for their campaign from Kevin and his allies, and they don't care. I mean, I don't understand the psychology. I think this is a psychological problem, not a political problem. They say they're for a balanced budget. Kevin's for a balanced budget, and as you remember, as Speaker, I helped balance the budget for 4 straight years for the only time in your lifetime. I'm happy to sit down and help him balance the federal budget. But that's not what they want. I don't know what they want. They want somebody, not Kevin, who's somehow going to get 218 votes, even though Kevin has 50 or 100 members who aren't going to vote for anybody else. So I don't see what they think their end game is.
So I don't know what they did overnight. Very curious to see, because those pizzas arrived. They obviously negotiated. Byron Donalds was on with us a little while ago. He said, I wasn't part of it, but I heard they've been talking all night. Here's the thing. They say, look, he's a swamp creature, Kevin McCarthy. Nothing personal. They say that he's part of a swamp that gave us $32 trillion in debt, and he's worried about cutting deals with Democrats. What do you say to those people if those are sincere objections?
Well, I would say, first of all, Kevin McCarthy has a long record as a conservative. I've worked with Kevin for years and years. I would say, second, the Commitment to America, which Kevin authored, is a very solid conservative document. And I would say, third, I don't know of a single demand they've made on policy that he hasn't said yes, because he's as conservative as they are. Now they're saying somehow they're going to find a magician who they can trust, which basically means that they will blindly trust anybody but Kevin. This tells me this is a personality problem, and it's a look at me, desire for public attention problem. But it's not a political problem in a traditional sense, and they're going to lose. Do they think the other 202 members are going to roll over and allow them to blackmail the country and blackmail the conference? Do they think back home that their supporters who thought they were electing a Republican are going to help cheerfully reelect a blackmailer. If this goes on for weeks, and it could, the longest vote was 2 months and took 133 ballots in 1855. The most recent long vote took 9 ballots. If this goes on for day after day, and people are watching C-SPAN, and these 20 people are making the Republicans look like idiots, there's not going to be a big premium back home to go home and say proudly, yes, I'm a blackmailing idiot, please reelect me.
Right.
So I think that they're running, if they don't find a way to get to a solution today, I think they're running a real risk of being repudiated at the polls, and they're basically signing their resignation letters.
Newt, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do the Republicans look right now?
Well, they look pretty stupid. Now, remember, this is a system where people often look stupid. I mean, remember Hunter Biden's laptop. There are a lot of stupid things in this system. But I think we're about to move beyond the period where it's interesting and fascinating into a period where it's disgusting.
Yeah,
and I think that's why the pressure is on the 20 today. Find out something you want that Kevin and the conference can give you, declare victory, get this over with. Right. Otherwise, 2 or 3 or 4 days from now, and there's no reason to believe that Kevin, who has spent years earning the right to be Speaker, years electing people, years raising money, no reason to believe he's going to cave.
Yeah.
So these guys are right now trapped in a dead end.
It's hard to believe you're not comparing Republicans to the squad. You're comparing Republicans to Republicans. You got to keep reminding yourself these are not enemies. This should be a family
team
thing that's done, and maybe you get a report behind the scenes of what happened behind closed doors. But we're seeing it front and center.
We are. Nate, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.